Hello, and welcome to my post-walkthrough commentary of my Metroid level editor. The footage that you see now was just recorded a few minutes ago, but it's been sped up by about 150%, just so this video is more timely. So let's just get right into it. This level was created with the inspiration of a Super Metroid style design, where each individual area is condensed and supposed to be a little more memorable compared to the last. As we can see, we cannot progress through that short area that you see right there. And we couldn't shoot open that orange door that we saw previously, but now that we have the missile upgrade, we will be able to get through the door. As we can see, we are continuing to pass through. We cannot go under that small crevice. We have a little bit of an obstacle here. Our current blaster cannot go through those blocks, so we're just going to have to keep going forward, move up here, grab the long beam, and just keep moving forward. And now we can pass through that obstacle. I thought that would just be a good way to force the players to grab the long beam. Yeah, so we'll just keep going down here. Looks like that's the only way we can go. We'll grab the morph ball and keep moving forward. We can't go down there yet as our blaster does not shoot low enough. So yeah, we'll just keep moving forward. We'll backtrack back to that little tunnel that we saw earlier around when we got the first missile tank. And yeah, we'll backtrack. We cannot jump up to those silver platforms yet because we don't have the correct upgrade. So we'll just keep going down. We have a little bit of a problem there. We cannot shoot that low block, but we can go through this door. As we can see, ooh, looks like the other side of that block leads to an energy tank. So that's something to look forward to a little later. I was having a little trouble jumping up here, but we cannot progress through that blue door either, so looks like we're going to have to go through this little small tunnel. We can see on the other side of the tunnel there's a lot of lava over there. Good thing we're not on that side we're currently in. Oh look, we found the bombs. As you can see, the ice beam is on the other side, so that's something to look forward to a little later. So yeah, I wanted to force the players to use bombs to get past that little area, so that's why there's a bombable block right there, and that's the only way forward. So let's go back and try to get that E-tank that we saw earlier with the, a little spatial awareness puzzle there, because we could see it on the other side, but we couldn't quite get to it. But now that we have bombs, we could get to it. So yeah, we'll just keep moving forward here, blow up these other obstacles in our way, and defeat these enemies, and not try to touch that lava, because that would hurt for obvious reasons. And oh, we try to jump down there, and oh, there's lava hurting us, so we definitely can't go to that area right now, so let's just keep on moving forward. Oh, looks like we looped back around to where we got the morph ball, but now that we have bombs, let's see what was down here, and it was an E-tank with some spooky-looking enemies, just as a decoration there. But now that we have bombs, we can go down here, or not down here, but over here, and oh, there's this large shaft with these enemies, but we can't quite do anything there yet, so let's just keep moving forward. And progress through this platforming challenge here with these constantly spawning enemies. We have this little morph ball section to just give the players some more challenges with the morph ball and the bombs before grabbing their next upgrade. We'll just go through here, fall down this long like shaft or tunnel with these enemies that also follow you down. So I thought that would be a good obstacle to try to avoid while going down. And oh, look, we have the high jump boots. I mean, we could try to go back, but as you can see, we cannot quite jump high enough. So looks like our only path forward is forward. So we'll just keep moving up here. We have to travel up this other long area here with jumps that we would not be able to make without the upgrade. So we'll just keep going down here. Looks like we have another morph ball area. And look, it looks like we're just going through rooms that we just previously went through. I thought it would be kind of a fun little way to recontextualize an area you've already traveled through without forcing you to, completely backtrack. Still can't do anything with that tunnel yet. But since we do have the long jump boots, we can do something with those metal platforms we saw in the beginning of the level. So as we can see, we are traveling back there. We can now jump up there. The reason I made those blocks silver in the first place was so they would stand out in the player's mind. It was like, oh, that doesn't look like any other block in the beginning of the level. So yeah, we just grabbed another optional E-tank there, as you just saw, using that little platform. And it looks like the only way forward is in that door, and now we have the Various suit, which is used to protect us from lava, and we've passed some lava earlier, so let's go and try it out over there. Yeah, that was the main goal that I had with this level, was that you each place that you would need to use an upgrade, you would pass right by it, so you would know where to use the upgrade if you're paying attention. So yeah, we'll just go back down in this little tunnel here, boom. Now the lava doesn't hurt us, so let's just keep going through here. This room was made to kind of slow the player down, so they wouldn't just, get like a bunch of energy tanks and try to force their way down here without the Varia suit, because so they would know that it's kind of impossible to get down here without the Varia suit, because they would just die. So yeah, so, oh look, we are on the other side of that room that we saw previously when we were getting the bombs, and there's that little guy just kind of stuck there. Boom, now we got the ice beam. So with that, we can now shoot these enemies and make use of them as platforms. So with that upgrade, well, we passed some big enemies, or some floating enemies before, so let's go back there and use our brand new upgrade. So yeah, we'll just we'll travel back up here and we'll make use of our brand new ice beam. Yeah, so as you can see, we're can jump up here, and there appears to be some platforms up there, so it looks like we're going in the right direction. Yeah, we'll just keep jumping up here. Yeah, so I wanted to make each like tunnel kind of memorable, so I made sure to use like different tiles for each individual area, so you kind of know you're going the right way, or at least you're in a different area. But before moving forward, let's check down there. I mean, we saw the E-tank a couple seconds ago. Maybe this is where that is. I placed these enemies here because they kind of blow up after being in close proximity to Samus, so I thought that'd be an interesting encounter to have in these short little tunnels. All right, so we got another optional E-tank out of the way. Yeah, that was the main thing that I did with this level after making the main path, as I added all these optional areas that players can go to for E-tanks, just to make the level feel more filled up. This E-tank, however, is just kind of a freebie in case players did not grab any on the way here, just so the final areas of the game are a little more fair to players that haven't done much exploring. As you can see, we cannot quite pass through that yellow door yet, but we can go down here. We cannot jump up through that little gap, but we can go through here and do this little shooting block challenge. Yeah, we'll just we'll jump through here, through these weird like areas, kill these zoomers, as I believe they're called, and grab what is that? Yet another E-tank. Yeah. Excuse me. So now that we have traveled all the way through there, we are traveling back to the blue area that we saw in the beginning of the game. Oh, and we see another E-tank there. There's another one. So we'll see if we'll be getting that a little later here. We could try to jump up there, but our high jump boots do not quite take us high enough, so we have to go through this little platforming section with another zoomer in our way. We'll just keep moving forward and see if we can get another upgrade. Yeah, so now we have discovered the screw attack, which is needed to break certain blocks. It's not actually needed to break certain blocks. That wasn't added to the editor, but I had already designed the map with hopes that it would be added, so I just kind of go off the honor system. That's why, as you saw earlier, there were some places that say need the screw attack when you don't actually need it. But yeah. So we'll just keep traveling through here in this weird-looking place with some enemies. Yeah, and as we saw up top, there was another E-tank up there. So let's just make use of this enemy with our ice beam, and grab that, what I believe is the final E-tank. All right, so we'll just travel down here, and looks like we looped back around, and we landed exactly where we need to be, or where we need to use the screw attack. So let's use that and grab our final missile pack. We saw that yellow door earlier. Let's go make use of our final missile pack on that yellow door. And I made sure to kind of make a shortcut back to there, back to this final area, so you don't have to take the long way around with that big like ice beam shaft before. So let's go through here. We have this one-way platform here, so to grab the wave beam, as the wave beam kind of overtakes the ice beam. So if players were allowed to backtrack, they wouldn't be able to go back up any ice beam or that ice beam tunnel that we saw earlier. So now we're going through this kind of final challenge here against all these enemies, where you feel more powerful because you got the wave beam. And we have Mother Brain here, who you don't actually fight, but this kind of signifies the ending. And as we can see, we now are at a kind of a classic Metroid final escape sequence. There's not an actual timer, but just another honor system thing, or just kind of a fun thing to add, because it's not a Metroid game without a final escape sequence. So we'll just climb up that shaft and keep going through here. Yeah, and avoiding these enemies, jumping around. Yeah, so basically, that was my level. I mean, she has a little more jumping to do, but yeah, that was my level. I wanted to make a just kind of a large, 15, 17-minute level for players to be able to explore and, yeah, have fun. Just experience like what kind of feels like a real Metroid game in a more condensed setting. Yeah, thanks for watching.